Hi friends, today we are investigating accented syllables, looking at that long A sound. So you might be asking yourself, what in the world is an accented syllable? Well, it's simply the part of the word that you say louder, okay? So it's usually placed on the root of a word. I know we've talked about prefixes and suffixes, and there's some words that might have Greek or Latin elements to it. That are different roots as well. Something else to know is it's usually the first syllable of a root or a base word if that's in play. So let's take a look here at mistake here, for example. Miss is a prefix. Take is our base word. So when I say the word mistake, that second syllable is where my root is, and that's my base word, and that's the part of the word I say louder, okay? So if I were to use my word sort patterns for this one, I would be placing it underneath the second syllable. Now there's sometimes where a word is using the sound. That's something else to know. Every single vowel can make what we call the schwa sound. And that's simply the sound that short U sound. Let's look at the word amaze. There's our base word, maze, right there. That's where we would follow this typical pattern, usually placed on the root of a word. Amaze. So again, if I were thinking about sorting the word amaze, then the accented syllable is the second one. Oftentimes when you're hearing schwa sounds, that might indicate it could be a Greek or Latin element at play there. Typically, we also don't accent R-controlled syllables either. When we take a look at the word parade, notice how that first syllable, it's an R-controlled syllable right there. And then our second syllable is our accented syllable, the one we say louder. So again, thinking about usually placing on the root of a word or sometimes a base word, we can think about the word payment. Payment, M-E-N-T, is a suffix. It means the state of being, the state of paying, payment. And so notice here, this time, the syllable is accented in the first syllable. Pay is our base word, and it's also the first syllable of that word. So I would go ahead and place that one underneath first syllable. Now there's sometimes where the root word is two syllables. And in that case, usually it's the first syllable of a root. Let's think about the word baby right there. We've got our first syllable that's accented. So right now I want you to go ahead and pause right here. Find your headers and sort the words that we've talked about here together, and then give a go on sorting the rest of your words. When you're ready, unpause and see that your thinking matches mine. Okay, friends. So let's go ahead and talk about some of these words before we wrap up today. Again, when we think about accented syllables, they're usually placed on the root word. So when I look at words like grateful, that's full of greatness, right? We've got that full suffix at the end. Noticing then our syllable that's accented is our base word. Same thing with words like painter, right? Painter has an ER suffix, one who paints. And our base word there is paint. That's our first syllable that's accented. Then we've got words that are 2 syllables that don't have a prefix or a suffix or any Greek or Latin elements at play. Words like raisin. Right here, we've got that very first syllable that is accented. Let's take a look at some of the words in our second syllable accent. Got the word decay. DE is actually a Latin word part that means from. So we're not going to go through and study all of our Greek and Latin elements right now, and just know that oftentimes when the second syllable is accented, that there is usually a Greek or Latin element at play, either in the beginning or end. Same thing with like words like escape. Noticing decay and escape, they both have a schwa sound in that unaccented syllable, that sound. Decay, escape, right? And then notice here our oddball again. Even though it has an AI, it's a double vowel that typically makes that A sound, we don't pronounce that word again, right? We pronounce that word again. So go ahead, friends, and again, make sure that your sort matches mine, and then go ahead and write your words in your word work notebook. Thanks for thinking with me.